There we go, guys. All deciding map in that quarterfinal. This time we have more observer-friendly colors. We have blue against red. Let's introduce the blue players first. Shock as the blue spawning unit player at the 6 o'clock position of Phantom Grove, and his ally far down, or it's actually 9 o'clock, excuse me, guys. And 6 o'clock it will be his ally Franzyzz, the blue spawning Orc player. So Orc unit again. Against, on the other side, we have the red team, the German fellas, which is a Mockjay, who's coming in kind of late with that Altar of Elders, so probably a Priest of the Moon that can be expected coming out of that. And his ally on the other side, which is no one else than Mr. Edo Boy. In case you're wondering, who's this red spawning unit player at 12 o'clock calling himself Edo Boy? He's a guy that also streams his ladder practice and somewhat. So please also check him out on Twitch. You can find him also known as Edo Boy, I think, here on Twitch. So make sure to check him out every now and then if you're a supporter of the Undead race. He's pretty damn good, so yeah. It's Night Elf Undead against Orc Undead again. It all comes down to the performance of the Undead player, I feel, in the 2-on-2. If one of the Undead players is not doing all that great, usually the Night Elf player cannot really carry. Here in that Night Elf Undead duo and also in the Undead Orc department, I feel that the Orc player cannot really carry you all that much, because usually if you go up against Huntresses with Orc, you perform in Suffers. If you go up against Dryads, you perform in Suffers as well. So I think the Undead players, they have like a lot of pressure on their own. Like the Undead player dictates the pace, and also the Undead player, they kind of make sure, like if one Undead has like 70 supply and the other Undead only 50 supply, it's usually the case that the 70 supply Undead is carrying the 2-on-2 on his shoulders, while the other one gets picked apart. So a lot of pressure on the Undeads here. But let's see how this unfolds. We have an early scout coming out with the Wisp, spotting Franzyzz. So we already see that Mockjay knows that Franzyzz is close to him and that he can apply pressure there. One Ancient of War is being started. We do not see any Hunter's Hall yet. And there we have a second Ancient of War being started. This is an Ancient of Wonders. Sorry, excuse me, guys. Mistake from my side here. This is not an Ancient of War. We'll probably pick up Clarity as well as that Dust of Appearance against the Blade Master of Franzyzz. Speaking of that Blade Master, he's already there selling his Town Paul, picking up the Circle of Nobility and the Dust of Appearance for himself. Keeper comes out, Clarity Potion and Dust of Appearance being bought at the Ancient of Wonders. That was constructed in the perfect fashion to, as soon as the hero comes out, he can pick up the items. Will he deny that, Ian? I think so. Beautifully done there by Franzyzz, putting a lot of pressure on the Keeper. Now blocking with the Grunt. That's super annoying as a player, I can tell you that. And the Undead player is about the same speed, going for the little green camps. Here we see Shocker, the blue Undead. And on the other side we see Edo. That is a little bit faster, I have to say. But he already used the coil, while Shocker just went for the coil now. So yeah, Edo Boy a little bit faster, but this also comes down to the advantage that you have when you have a Night Elf ally, which gives you like 100 gold in the start of the game to just make sure that your production kicks in a little bit faster. So let's see if Edo Boy can capitalize on that. Second Ancient of War is being started. This time we do not see a tech coming out of Mockjay, and they will apply a lot of pressure as soon as they can. A DK from Edo Boy is already level 2, so Unholy Aura can be granted. On the other side, these guys creep together, because level 2 Blade Master seems to be just as important as the level 2 DK. Because Critical Strike, of course, can turn the fight around. You can put a lot of pressure on your opponent. Keeper is healing here at the Healing Fountain, so this is something special about this map. You have one Healing Fountain here and one Healing Fountain on the opposite side, where both of the players can basically send the heroes to heal them up for free. Edo lets go of the middle. Edo is not willing to suffer any losses, or just wants to be found there in Creepjack. So the middle map goes to Shocker and the blue team, while we can see that the Keeper so far was completely useless. Entangles the Grunt for the second round, and with that one Huntress, he wants to put some pressure on that. Should not be enough, while in the meantime these Grunts are clearing out the camp. Blade Master with the Boots of Speed. Keeper of the Grove, no boots. Needs to entangle him before he dies. Now running to his Moonwells to heal up again. Do we have another Moonwell? Maybe here? Yo, he's supply blocked until the end of time, but he's not constructing a Moonwell in any location that I see. There's one Wisp for an expansion, level 3 for the DK already. Dude, can you please build a Moonwell somewhere? There are like 2 Huntresses lined up and they're not doing anything. Wow, we see that Shocker is already aggressive here with the Fiends, and the Skeleton kills the first Acolyte, is killing the second Acolyte, and the tech is only 50% done, so Edo is suffering a few losses here. Will probably get a third Acolyte killed, and Shocker is doing such a fantastic job here. Will go up to level 3 if he kills another Acolyte. That coil is not in time, and that was super bad there by Edo, not taking care of that harass and lose 3 Acolytes in the process of attacking. So a lot of gold. We compared 9,600 right now to the 9,300 already, but we're gonna take a closer look at it later. We have 1 sentry ward being thrown down there by Shocker with the hero that was sent there earlier. And this is beautiful to spot the expansion. He will cancel that one right now. Keeper is not doing anything. 0 experience so far, not picking up a single unit. Finally, we're gonna see a Moonwell. This is a huge blow there by Mockjay. Poor performance by the Night Elf player, I have to say that. Like, he could have constructed that Moonwell a long while ago. Expansion is also cancelled. He had the resources, but not the awareness. And it seems like he's getting picked apart yet again. Edo now wants to go on the aggressive, but he cannot kill any Acolyte before the undead player townpauls in and makes sure that there are no Acolytes to be killed here. Level 3 for both DKs, but the resources, of course, and also the Night Elf performance is just like underwhelming so far. Expansion is being constructed, but also spotted by the sentry ward, so they absolutely know what they're up against, and they also see the timing on that expansion. Blade Master level 2, DK still level 3, as I said it. Takes to tier 3 immediately. Will throw down a slaughterhouse as soon as he can. It's now going to creep that camp where you can buy that Heileschweinchen, as we call it in Germany. You can buy a unit that can use Healing Ward. He got like, I think he got like 400 mana, and a Healing Ward costs like 200 mana. So you can buy that one for around 300 gold, and he will grant you Healing Wards in the fight, which is of course fantastic. Blade Master and TC as a second hero, that is something that you rarely see in a 2-on-2, I feel, because Shadowhunter gives you so many benefits. And now we're gonna see the Endurance Aura, that of course is great together with the Unholy Aura of your ally. You have such a nice speed boost with that. And yeah, there we see Mockjay creeping that Rock Golem camp on the other side, the Mercenary camp, and this is the Kyla Medizinmann that you can get. That guy takes care that no unit dies. Be hiring that? Not now. There it is. It is on the field. Razor Man, Medicine Man. Whoa, what a name. This guy is definitely a game changer. And he found the healing wards nonetheless from the creeping of the red camp, so he doesn't have to buy the piggy. Not going for it. Level 4 for the DK by finishing that camp. Healing wards that are granted. We have an illusion going down for the expansion scout. Let's check the gold mines. 8,470 against 7,800. So just by killing a few acolytes, like putting so much pressure on the economy. And now we're gonna see it on the other side. The skeletons are diving in. The town paul in the far back, not so aggressive. He wants to defend. He kills a second acolyte. Can he take a few more acolytes out and do not suffer any losses? The coil is not arriving in time, but he kills a fiend. He kills another acolyte. Only 1 acolyte remains. Pack is about to be done, but on 1 acolyte mining right now. That is of course a huge blow. 46 supply for the Night Elf that is forced to townpaul out. When of mana stealing just on the ground. So Franzyzz doing a great job of creep jacking the Night Elf there. And yeah, we do have 40 supply for Edo. We do have 47 supply for the Keeper of the Grove with sheer mass of Huntresses. Should definitely heal up that piggy guy that can use the healing wards. He is like super important. Expansion gets entangled. Undead on this side also 70s, 37 supply. That is like not a lot, and he needs to reproduce his acolytes. Maybe he can catch up with the mining. Yeah, and he actually does catch up with the mining right now, because he killed all the acolytes while tech. So this is 7,680, and this is right now 7,550. So he's catching up in the mining department. Well done there by Edo, recovering from his earlier losses by lowering the mining there for Shocker. And now we're gonna have 3 gold mines against only 2 gold mines, and that expansion can of course be crucial for the blue guys. Allez le bleu! Come on, Shocker needs to make something happen. No town pole on him. This is kind of scary. We have peons going down to that expansion. Is he going to buy a tiny hall? Is he tier 3? He's tier 2, so forget my plans. No tiny hall ever. One peon is here to either spot that or expand, and now we see that he pulls the peons towards his army, and they will probably want to go on the aggressive. They need to make something happen. 3 healing wards on that Keeper of the Grove that he found also by creeping the red camp, as I feel. Now he hires the Harpier, the Harpy Rogue, as well as the Centaur Outrunner. So more units coming towards the red camp, the red team. DC there with Lightning Shield, Healing Scroll, now uses that Speed Scroll only for the TC, and he uses the Storm beautifully, goes for the snipe on the Keeper. He's not in range to buy an Invo Potion or a Town Hall. He's not in range to access that one. He loses his first hero, loses the Healing Wards, the Healing Scroll, and the Protection Scroll that he just bought, and a huge timing window just started there for the blue guys. They now can easily take out that expansion. I do not see that Keeper of the Grove coming back to life. But now he's going for the middle. He's going for the Tavern Revive. He knows that he needs to get that hero back. Should cancel that one in the Altar of Elders and get it back by the Tavern. They cannot take the fight here. The expansion is gone. And this was a huge blow again by the Night Elf player. If he hires his hero right now, he will just like die again immediately. Yeah, and he will probably revive it in the Altar of Elders. They are not looking for a fight right now. We see pressure coming out of Edo. He added a 3rd hero already. He's now morphing the destroyers. He's going for the Acolyte Snipe again. Needs to Town Ball out or run away. Doesn't seem that he can run away. Now he can run away. Pitlord has the 3rd hero for Shocker here. Can he snipe that one? It seems like the Pitlord is dying. Cryptlord stays alive. Impales both of the heroes there. Kills another Fiend on top of that. And now Town Ball's out. But this can be very dicey for the Cryptlord. Gets Nova. Gets killed. Level 2 for the Lich, nonetheless. But did he Town Ball here? Yes, he Town Balled to his Night Elf ally that almost got shreked by the Orc player. And yeah, Keeper not back yet. 1000 gold for Mockjay. Crypt Lord is being revived. The red camp can still be crept, I feel. Wow, this was such a poor performance there. Sentry Ward being dropped. The Line Horn of Stormwind on the ground. We have a Creepjack coming in. Nope, not really. So everything is healed up. They can still win that game. He reconstructs the expansion. The Keeper should be back in a second. There it is. Finally the Keeper is back. Heals up his mana. There's a Protection Scroll, Heal Scroll, and Healing Wards. That Piggy is still alive. Doesn't seem that way. Died earlier. Still a Town Hall for Edo's DK. We do have an expansion coming in here for the Undead player. Shocker is expanding to the far top left. But the... what is it called? Haunted Goldmine? Yeah, the Haunted Goldmine is not started yet.
A town is under
Invo Potion on the Blade Master. Town Hall on the DK and a Heal Scroll as well as a Greater Healing Potion. Invo Potion and Town Hall on the TC level 2. Of course, level 2 not that impressive. And now the fight breaks out. Immediately focusing the Lich, but a nice Storm coming out. Healing Ward is being used there. The Orc seems to be the target. DK in all sorts of trouble. Is diving deep into that army. Edo, that was definitely a mistake. Is now surrounded by so many units. The Heal Ward does a great job there. No Destroyer is being morphed by Shocker, nor is he sniping that Heal Ward. So they are healed by a lot throughout that entire fight. He needs to snipe the Kodos. One is Entangle. The first one dies. The second one is targeted right now. All the Destroyers are in the air. Finally, one of the Heal Wards disappeared and he cast the second one. That one is dead as well. No more Heal Wards. That remains. The Blade Master is the target. No more Town Ball on him to save him. But he uses the last remaining Invo Potion that he got. DC is finally level 3. Can he kill the Pit Lord here? He seems to be the next target. He is going for it, but he seems to stay alive with 25 HP. DC is being focused. Blade Master could die right now. Nothing to save him anymore. Coil finishes that one off. We do have that little Piggy coming back to the fight to provide a few more healing wards, and looks really, really good there for Edo Boy and his ally Mockjay. They're performing really well. TC dies with the Town Hall. Franzyzz letting that one die. Revives his Blade Master in the middle. There's no more Coil to kill that one again. Shocker is falling apart. He got an expansion in the far top, but the expo for Mockjay is also done and set into play. I wouldn't be surprised if he already starts with production. 37 supply for the Night Elf, 43 supply for Shocker. TC was revived in the middle as well. Franzyzz drops down to 24 supply, loses everything in that fight. And the winner of that fight is definitely Edo. Look at the Crypt Lord, almost level 3. The Lich going for level 4 already, and the DK is level 5. So we see that the under player is racing for the expansion here. Can he kill that one? Is Shocker able to kill the red expo while he's expanding here as well? This one is set into play and he starts mining, but they will race for Franzyzz base. The Blade Master is still dead. TC runs out of that main base immediately. We see that the red team joins forces, huntresses and undead units are coming into play here. They will snipe that the expansion, but is that really worth all that much? I'm not so sure. Shocker got an expansion on his own, but he will not be able to capitalize on that. Blade Master could probably be revived in the middle. He got a bit of resources that he can spend there. Altar is gone. Is he supply blocked? Not yet. He could still buy the Blade Master. In the very last second he buys it. Shocker Town Portal back to defend it, but how can he defend it against the 66 supply from Edo? I don't see that one happening. Finally, we also have destroyers in the air for the blue team against the Entangled from the DK, from the Keeper of the Grove. A nice surround. The last spot is being blocked by the TC. A Nova level 2, almost finishing the DK off, but he uses the healing potion. Now the Blade Master is the next target with that Entangle and Coil Nova combination. Beautifully done by the red guys, and they will probably be able to take that game. The main got completely shreked. Another expansion being started here. The undead expansion is mining. He goes up to 55 supply. He gets more and more units. Abominations are coming. Lich, DK is level 5. Lich almost level 4. Pitlord level 2. But Edo is in such a strong suit here. In such a strong and commanding position. Is now going for the snipe on the last remaining hero of the Orcish race. Coil will finish that one off. He gets yet again another hero kill. Beautifully done there by Edo, using the replenishment potion to get enough mana to provide him with that coil. Also the Hall of Terror, I don't think that this is all that great in an undead mirror, because you can easily dispel it with destroyers and then you have mana destroyers again. So I don't think that the Pit Lord is all that great for Mr. Shocker. Franzyzz also buys back the TC. That one definitely just goes back to the tavern again for another round of beer. There's absolutely no chance that he stays in that fight. And Edo is just picking them apart one by one. Now forced to use a Town Portal by the Blade Master crit on that Lich. But it looks super grim for Franzyzz. In the meantime, we can also see that the race for his main base was successful. All the peons, all the borrowers in the world are dead. He can just get one peon back if he wants to, but this will take quite some time. Shocker with that expansion. Can he make something happen? Doesn't seem that way. He should probably go into double slaughterhouse or aim for frostworms, but he's not going for either of that. DK now going to the fountain to heal up again, or is he going on the aggressive? Seems like Edo wants to go on the aggressive. This expansion completely unscouted. They're not aware of that expansion. One borrower is being constructed down here. Franzyzz saved one of his peons. Clarity being used on both heroes. But what can he really do? 10 supply advantage there for Edo, and it seems like he is the better undead player in that encounter as well. As with that supply lead, he should be in a commanding position. Uphill advantage as well, because this is a ramp. When you fight on the bottom, you will have like a lot of missiles going your way. But he makes it up that ramp. Now we're gonna see that they take a fight in the main base of Shocker. Can he keep that Abomination alive? It doesn't seem that way. All the destroyers doing a great job with that mana. Look at this. Ripping all the fiends apart. Blade Master comes to that party. Can he do something about that? There should be a Town Portal. There is a Town Portal on the DK. He calls that one. That Lich is probably going down. They get a kill on the Lich. That was important. Level 4 Lich is dead. But the Night Elf players expanding to the top as well as to the bottom. 3 gold mines soon for the red Night Elf player. Even though that the main gold mine is about to run dry. We have some mining established here by Franzyzz again. Are these guys really able to turn this game around? Is this somewhat of a crazy comeback story? I'm not so sure about it yet, especially as I see that Blade Master being entangled and almost killed. That is not that convincingly. It's 65 supply still against the 58 supply of Shocker. 3 destroyers in the air, absorbs every single bit of that mana, kills that first pick that can use the healing word, and now the DK will be the target. No more town portal, nothing on him. He goes for the snipe on the second piggy, but he will pay the price for that. Lich was being bought back at the tavern, Entangle is being dispelled, but the Pit Lord is dead. A destroyer dies, the Blade Master didn't die. GG being called, Chaka drops out of the game, and we're gonna find ourselves, me and Rudin, up against that Night Elf Undead duo in the semi-final. In a bit. What a game. What a messy game all over the place. Crazy shit, guys. Crazy shit.